mix tonight.
FlowFM 92, we the rule the night.
Hey, FlowFM, we the rule the night.
FlowFM 92, we the rule the night.
Flow it down, flow it down.
Ilorin, no they stop. Never stop. We're going like Shitta-Bey.
FlowFM, we body non-stop.
Never stop.
From sunrise to midnight and beyond, one station keeps you locked in. No matter where you are, non-stop vibes, non-stop hits. This is FlowFM 92.7.
Good morning, Ilorin. You know what time it is. Wake up with us and get your day started right.
We've got the hottest headlines, trending topics, and the music you love back to back.
You already know we keep it fun, fresh, and real. Mid mornings with us, you won't want to miss it.
We bring the energy, the laughs, and of course the tunes that gets you through the day.
Afternoon on FlowFM is where the culture lives. Music, entertainment, and all the gist that you need.
And if it's trending, you already know we're talking about it.
Stay locked in, Ilorin. It's FlowFM, baby.
The night's young, the vibes are right, and we are flowing past midnight. You ready to chill? Let's go.
Listen anytime, anywhere. Stream us live, call us, send us a WhatsApp message. We're just a tap away. FlowFM 92.7. My music, my radio.
From sunrise to midnight and beyond, one station keeps you locked in. No matter where you are, non-stop vibes, non-stop hits. This is FlowFM 92.7.
Good morning, Ilorin. You know what time it is. Wake up with us and get your day started right.
We've got the hottest headlines, trending topics, and the music you love back to back.
You already know we keep it fun, fresh, and real. Mid mornings with us, you won't want to miss it.
We bring the energy, the laughs, and of course the tunes that gets you through the day.
Afternoon on FlowFM is where the culture lives. Music, entertainment, and all the gist that you need.
And if it's trending, you already know we're talking about it.
Stay locked in, Ilorin. It's FlowFM, baby.
The night's young, the vibes are right, and we are flowing past midnight. You ready to chill? Let's go.
Listen anytime, anywhere. Stream us live, call us, send us a WhatsApp message. We're just a tap away. FlowFM 92.7. My music, my radio.
You find past sunset for quite a sky. FlowFM they play, I no go lie. Your ways they move to the rhythm, my supply. Be sweet for body or more, I no fit deny.
Turn me on with the melody. FlowFM, you be remedy. No station fee compete, you be energy when the DJ drop on me the internet.
Flow it up, flow it up. Ilorin, no they stop. tonight.
Flow FM 92, we the rule the night.
Hey, Flow FM, we the rule the night.
Flow FM 92, we the rule the night.
Flow it down, flow it down.
Ilorin, no they stop.
Never stop.
We're going like Tito Vida.
Flow FM, we body non-stop.
Never stop.
Here to light up the city, 92.7, go with the flow. Feel your day with us.
It's Tuesday morning, the 18th of November 2025. Good morning to you from your Go With The Flow radio station. For joining us via the World Wide Web, you're listening. We say thank you and hello to you. If you're listening via terrestrial radio, good morning and welcome. This is the Headline News Analysis, a platform created for us to discuss, debate, and talk about big stories, big national headlines this morning. Well, there is a very big one, and I think this story is bigger than any other, story this morning. It has to do with a very sad one coming from Kebbi State, and it borders on security, and this time around securing our schools for children. We've been talking about the number of out-of-school children and the fear of children going to school. How safe are the schools? Now, another set of girls were being kidnapped yesterday. The whole town, the Zulu community were thrown into so much, mourning and sadness when armed bandits, attacked government's girls' secondary school, Maga, and then abducted 25 girls, 25 young, promising Nigerian girls, and then ended up killing a security man and the vice principal of the school, who was trying, to protect his pupils from being abducted. But we'll talk about this conversation this morning at this particular story. Here's another one. It's really, really heart-wrenching. We've seen reactions from Peter Obi. We've seen reactions from, Obieze Kwesili. Of course, the federal government has ordered immediate rescue of the girls. How long can we wait for the girls to be rescued is a big question. Away to that as well, too. Away from that, in Zamfara State, a similar thing. 3 people were killed. 65 persons were abducted. Again, in Safe local government area of Zamfara State. All of us, it's worrisome. Let's talk about them this morning. This is the Headline News Analysis.
The views to be expressed is not in any way the position of FlowFM 92.7 or the staff therein, but is expressed by our in-house analyst, Nicholas Uwerunonye, and also individuals who call on the show this morning. Remember that you are given a space of only 1 minute to make your comment, and you can call us on 0807-777-9927 to make your comments on any of the news stories. Let's get right into it. Please go ahead, Nicholas.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Start from there.
Well, it's at this point, you don't even know what to say anymore. Because that wouldn't be the first time we had this attack on schools. Don't forget, we had the Chibok girls that undid, a sitting administration, an administration we had in 2015. Of course, you have the one that happened in science, girls' science.
There's a Dapchi school kidnapped. There's one in Dapchi as well, too.
Yeah. And that is in Yobe State, where till date, we don't know the whereabouts of Leah Sharibu, the only Christian girl that the terrorists refuse to, release unless she renounces her faith. All those things were there. Then we now have the latest one, 25. So my main concern is that it's not just the kidnapping itself; it's the reaction that follows it. There is this kind of inertia that is frightening for me. It's like we are all like, this Christmas chicken chicken, all these chickens that are just there for festivity, for just the peak. You just pick them up and nothing happens. So because whether we like it or not, this is a clear and present danger for everybody. I recall that it was about 2 years ago. I was somewhere in the outskirts of Ilorin, one of those towns. There was the alumnus of that school wanted to build, some facilities, some infrastructure in the school. And in one of the conversations we're having with the president of the alumni, they said that their initial attempt was to build a boarding house. But they were advised against it by the security agencies because they cannot guarantee security. That place is too remote. I'm talking of Kwara State here. So if we think that it is far away, it's in Kebbi, then we are making a very big mistake. That it is nowhere, as it were now, can't be touched by these insurgents. And another thing that I see is that, apparently the governor of the state has learned nothing at all.
You mean Muhammad Idris?
Yeah, exactly. He has learned nothing from all the stories of insurgency happening all around the places. Because if you recall, the case of that Chibok was so controversial because the current vice president was the governor, and there were security reports sent to him that all schools within the outside in all those remote areas should be mobilized and brought to the city center, to the state capital to write their WAEC and things like that, and he chose to ignore it. I recall that this current FCT minister made an issue of it, even wrote to WAEC, and WAEC wrote back that they cannot take exams there. So you see, when things like this happen, it's very clear. It's either of two things, that some people in authority are in the know of it, or we just choose to be deliberately ignorant to our own detriment, to the detriment of the common people. And when you look at the profile of this, the people being kidnapped, being abducted, we are talking of the rank and ordinary people. People who are struggling to, you don't have the daughter of a senator there. You don't have the daughter of a House of Rep member there. You don't have the child of the local government, chairman there.
Ordinary Nigerians.
Ordinary Nigerians are the ones you see there. So, and, it has gotten to a point where every Nigerian must start talking to himself. Because apparently now it's not about every man for himself, God for us all. It's quite frightening.
Let's take a call real quick. Hello, good morning. Oh no.
Please try and connect back. That's sad. Oh, boy, we'll get better. You're talking about, in fact, you were able to just speak my mind. I was going to ask you, now, these children, what becomes their fate? Because again and again, the federal government has ordered the swift rescue of the girls. Now, these are children of, farmers. They are children of maybe some of them vigilantes, petty traders. One can only just imagine what they will be going through right now. Does this really remind us of the Chibok girls? How much of it does it remind us of the Chibok girls?
In fact, it's like a recurring nightmare. And this time it's even worse. Especially with the global focus. And now we tell what it simply tells you. We have a call.
Yes, we do. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. What is your name?
My name is Abdul Rashid and I'm calling from Adedayo.
Yes. Okay, please go ahead.
It's unfortunate the situation we found ourselves. Just last week, one of my friends that works together with me now, they traveled his own state in Northern State, and he was coming back to Abuja on getting to Kaba around 6 p.m. in the evening. They were attacked. It was God that saved the guy. Nowhere in this country is safe. And you see, all this while, Mr. President met with the governor. They talked about creating state police. Till now, we are not hearing anything. Things that affect common man and security of the masses, they don't take it serious. But it comes to revenue sharing, you see them being on each other's necks. Nigeria should please call on Mr. President. They should stop thinking about revenue generation alone. When you are generating revenue and you are telling your people are dying, they are being kidnapped on daily basis, I think it's unfair. Thank you.
Well, that's Kaba here. So we don't know who's next. We don't know when it's going to come here. We don't know when it's going to go there. We don't know. There is absolutely nothing we know. And, I think the security agencies are not even doing well in trying to assuage fears. Because, sometimes most of my analysis when I'm asked to do a special report on anything security, I have to rely on offline sources, people within the military, experienced people who have dealt with so within those things you try to piece together what exactly is happening, and each time, and the picture that comes up is frightening. Most times I have to tone it down, because you see, look, at over 50 years old, I've covered conflicts. I covered the Niger Delta conflict. I was in Chibok, briefly I was in Maiduguri, all these conflict areas, things like that. I read a lot. I read books on, anything that has to do with the conflict and the rest of them, how it started, things like that. I read a lot. I read about Africa. And the picture that comes into my head is always frightening. The thing is, when you read things like this, you do a comparison of other places that have been able to manage their conflict, like the case of Liberia, like the case of Syria.
No, Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone. Sorry.
Have they been able to manage
yes, they have. To a very large extent, they have. And how were they able to do it?
How recent did they? Just recently.
Rwanda.
After Johnson Sirleaf, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, I think.
No, that's Liberia.
Yeah, that's Liberia.
Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra Leone. There is no conflict there anymore.
Maybe for now, though.
Yeah.
But the scars of war still.
Exactly. How were they able to manage it? They were able to manage it because the global partners took interest and they submitted to what the global partners wanted them to do. They designated some of those diamonds as blood diamonds. That was where the problem solution started coming from. Until we understand that, look, this thing is about two things. It's essentially an economic war. That is basically it. But it pushes the issue of land, climate change, religion, and the rest of them. Those are just camouflage. At the end of the day, it's economic.
Let's take a call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. What is your name and where you calling from?
This is Jim from Fati.
Hi, Jim. Please go ahead with your comment.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Nicholas, you see, I wept yesterday, and I'm still weeping for this our dear country. You know that, Nicholas, you know that if, a hawk, if a hawk pick a chicken, that hawk will grab that chicken and be flying away. And you know what other chicken will eat? Mama. This chicken said, he's not crying, Mama, that the hawk will kill it, but she's crying, Mama, that is going to end up in the belly of that hawk. Nicholas, what are we doing about security in this country? And I ask myself, when is this America? When is Trump? When are they coming? When are they coming, for God's sake? This is getting out of hand. Every day, killing everywhere, kidnapping everywhere. Look at our small children. Tomorrow, now you see, those small girls will end up being shared among them. No, in fact, it's a pity. It's a pity, Nicholas. We have to do something. But thank you very much.
Well, this is just we are reacting, but again, can we prefer solutions? Because again, if you look, my question straight up is, if you look at Kebbi State, the pursuit for the rescue of these girls, right, is barely almost 24 hours that they've been kidnapped. We heard that they got into their school as early as 4 a.m. Shooting sporadically. Now, if you look at neighboring states to Kebbi and then some of the bordering states, can security man those blocks chase after these? We heard that the Air Force helicopter was hovering around 8-9 a.m. in that community.
My thinking is that, you see, before they carry out that kind of operation, they have what you call a staging area. That's where they regroup, plan. They would already have a plan, the exit point, the ingress point, where they are going to, how to avoid, and perhaps it can be ruled out they have intelligence from within even our own security agencies, so that will be updating them, on moving. I can't rule it out, because that clean escape within, it's going to how many almost 2 days now, excuse me. it's going to close to 48 hours. And usually when you have abduction, the longer it stretched, the lower your chances of getting them back.
Exactly the question. Hence the question.
Yeah.
What should they have done immediately? They're bordering states, and then
what they should have done was to cordon off the entire area. The moment the news is out, all the borders surrounding should have massive, reinforcements from security agencies, police, navy, everything. Then of course the hovering of the helicopter. Then of course there is a back channel. There must be a back channel where you talk to whoever you think, what do you want? You start negotiation. You understand? Then of course it's not as if there is nothing that those bandits want that we don't have, that our security guys don't have. You understand? Probably we've captured some of their people. They might not be saying. You understand? These are, what do you want? Release this, what do you want? We can come to an agreement. But it doesn't mean this is ceasefire. It doesn't mean we are surrendering. They understand that too. So, because then you give them another option that, yes, we know that you are doing this, but in the interim, we know this is where you are coming from. We know this country is where you stage this thing from. If you don't want us to declare both war on you here and that country where you are staging this thing from, then you have to release it because you have to bring them back. But apparently, the balls to do that is not there in the FG, in the federal government. That is the simple truth. Because let me tell you, what stops all the surrounding Arabian countries from overrunning Israel? Because they know they can do maximum damage. You understand? So that is the reason why. We have, apparently it looks like the federal government and our security agencies don't have any leverage whatsoever. There must be something that they are afraid of that we have not used. The way it looks now, we have virtually exhausted everything we can. So, you see, it goes back to all those things we've been saying since 2014, right. Especially by politicians. That you think the problem is the man who is there in Abuja. But there is a bigger problem because problems like this don't just go away. And I learned this from my days of reporting conflict. In fact, in one of the training we attended, I think he's now a professor, Professor Taiwo, a clinical psychologist. His area is specialized on is managing conflict. What he said then is that, when you have that kind of a situation, is that the case of a madman, somebody that is not okay upstairs, that you don't cure them, you manage them. That is what you do. The moment you allow conflict to set in, killings has happened, abductions, all manners of things. So you have a lot of responsibility. So what you start to do is to try to manage the populace, so that they can still function at least normally. But when I saw all those things happen, and I saw the kind of terrible rhetoric that was coming from the opposition party at that time, I knew we were in a big trouble. And it's here right now. This is nemesis catching up with them. This was something that they used to get into power. And they are there now to solve it. So you see, what I think is happening is that it's been so difficult because it looks like we have no leverage with which we can threaten them. That look, we have refused to use these options because we think that we can reach an agreement. But if you don't release it, then we'll have to consider this option. There are several options to consider for sake of crying out loud. I believe Nigeria, if you want to start this, you want to end this problem once and for all, Nigeria must man up. Number one, seal all our borders, first and foremost, effectively. Seal it off completely. Then we'll tell them that, look, whether it takes 1,000,000 years, we are going to do it in such a way that wherever you are, we are going to find you. That is the thing. Once you grow the will, all these things will end. We will start gradually have solutions to it.
Let's take a call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, this is Abdurrashid calling back from Alagbado.
Okay.
Mr. Dayo talked about us preferring solution the other time. Just yesterday, I was in Ojoba and I saw our soldiers chasing passers-by, chasing people that are selling on the road from service. Is that the work of the military? Where are the paramilitary? Where are the civil defense? Where are others? Where are the vigilantes? We should deploy our security forces to where they belong, not bringing a soldier to Ojoba. Come and do what now? If you go to Abuja now, a minister will be passing, you see all sorts of security following him. Is that a country will grow? I just pray God help this country. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
That's even another angle.
Let me ask you this: if you look at, you can ask a question, right? Please go ahead.
All right. So, well, the country is bleeding, and we're constantly talking about out of school children, and situations like this keep happening. How do you take children who are out of school and bring them into a system where there's still no security,
that's
there's
another
nobody
point.
doing anything about it? That, like you said, in your words, grow the balls to do it.
We have to grow the balls to do it. Exactly. You see, that's another issue, that we have to talk about. The man from Alagbado made one point earlier.
Abdul Rashid.
Yeah, Abdul Rashid. He said that we've been talking about state police. But go and ask the people in power why they are dilly-dallying on it. You will see the excuse they are giving, that governors will use them to do this. Okay, between governor using them to repress opposition and these people killing Mike, and maybe, which is worse? Which is worse now? So at the end of the day, because they are not affected, that is why all these things are happening.
Okay, can I ask you this? After this comment, let's take a listen.
This is Tony from Taiwo. Let's take a listen to it.
Hello, good morning, Danielle, and Nicholas. Good morning. Hope you had a wonderful night. You see, it's unfortunate the situation we find ourselves. And we find ourselves in this situation because our politicians chose to politicize insecurity. I don't want to go back to what happened during the Chibok abduction, during the Dapchi boys abduction and all that, But I think it's time our politicians will, for the sake of God, take these issues seriously. Take lives of people as important as they take getting into position. You see, for how long are we going to go on this way? I'm sorry to say, what happened in Kebbi, and I think is it Zamfara as well, yesterday, will happen again. I'm sorry to say, except we wake up to our responsibilities. You see, it's unfortunate the way her manner we go on as if nothing has happened. It is quite unfortunate. We cannot go on like this. You see, unfortunately, we, the common man, are the one paying the prices for this blood that has been shedded. People should rise up to their responsibilities and do what is right for the sake of God. As we speak, there are still kidnappings and abductions going on in the Ifelodun local government. Nowhere in this country is safe as at now. Let's be sincere with ourselves. May God touch the souls of these our leaders. God bless them.
It's quite frustrating, really. I don't know. Like we were just saying, we just changed the service chiefs, right?
And there are recent calls for overhauling of the security chiefs again.
When you change somebody, like it's just like you bring in somebody, halftime in a match. You see energy in that person. Since this guy, it's like the entire military agents just went to sleep. Yeah, of course, they went to sleep. That is why things like this are happening. It's like more or less like the previous ones. We are doing even better. In terms of the kind of rhetoric that was coming from the Chief of Defense Staff, the former Chief of Defense Staff,
Christopher
Musa, the kind of rhetorics and the way they were bombarding and giving us results. You understand? But these guys appears to have gone to sleep. If they are sleeping, if they are listening to this, please wake up. Playtime is over. Sleep time is over. They are killing your men and they are killing Nigerians. Go out there and get them. Yes, the other day we saw the case of Yerima. He stood firmly. That is what the average Nigerian military officer can be. So go to the war front and deploy those kind of integrity.
Let's take a call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, this is Abdul Rashid calling back from Alagbado. I'm just surprised that Nicholas is surprised that things refuse to change, despite the fact that we change our service chief. How do you encourage people that are starting to be at the peak of their career? For instance, look at, you go and bring somebody, I don't know how they arrange themselves in the military, you now train or ask in seniors to go and bring a far junior to come and become the edge. What are telling others? That it's not your performance that determines what you get. Look at what is happening in customs, for instance, presently. I read the story of an Igbo woman who is supposed to be presently the Controller General of Customs. But this is because Mr. President decided to extend the tenure of our Yoruba brother that is there now. Is still there. Look at police, for instance. Those are aspiring to become IG. They can no longer achieve that because Ejebokun has been things cannot move on this way. Nobody has monopoly of anything. It's only one man that can perform. Simply because you have love for him and you retain him. There's like others that there are some other juniors that can do even do better than the person. If we continue this way, my brother, things will never improve. Thank you.
All right.
Apparently, that's another point. And, maybe there is a lot of disenchantment within the military because of all this kind of political maneuverings, of military offices, that is resulting in all these things. Maybe they are even, they are demoralized, It's quite sad, really, what is happening. And I don't know. My heart goes out to those kids. And we sincerely hope that there can be an amicable resolution because we will not stop talking about it.
We will not. Let's take another call real quick. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Femi from Zongo.
All right, Femi. Please go ahead, please.
Just recently, a brigadier general was killed like a civilian, just like our housefly. 25 pupils abducted without any resistance from our military. Where are we going? For how long are we going to remain on this earth? The Lord deliver us. They know the right thing to do. They are just lying to us. It's not as if they are being economical with the truth now. They are not telling us the truth at all. That's the basic fact. That's the truth. Secondly, the Lieutenant Colonel, I think Yerima also, that stood his ground against Wike. That guy's life is in danger and they need to do something. Just last night, I saw another video where the police were harassing him on the road. And the Lord help us in this country. Good morning.
All right, then, thank you. Well, we'll take a look and we'll verify the story and, of course, confirm to you that it is actually what it is, okay? So let's keep it. It's a lieutenant, it's not the lieutenant's colonel, just to correct that.
The case of that brigadier general that we actually were supposed to talk about it. We have comments?
Yes, we do. Yeah. All right, this comment says, good morning, Double Days. Good morning, Mr. Nicholas. We all see this terrorism of a thing has been turned into a business venture. And since they see people doing it, not being released and not being punished, doing it being released and not punished thoroughly and even placed on salary. So why won't people turn it into a venture? The stuff has even been politicized at this point. Mohammed from Sobi. Facebook comment, Dr. Mrs. Omar Libar from where he says, how else do we describe a failed government, a government that cannot live up to its basic responsibilities of protecting lives and property? Our students are facing emotional trauma and are afraid of going to school. Imagine what these students, their parents, guardians and relations are facing now, and our leaders are after 2027 elections. Where is Trump? Don't delay anymore. Come quickly.
All right.
All right. Let's take this voice message as well.
Hello, good morning, everyone in the house. It is with a very heavy heart that hearing about this news of these girls that were kidnapped. The first thing I need us to think about and look into is why are these girls being kidnapped? And let's look at it that it's girls that are being kidnapped. I hope we do realize that one of the major reasons why girls specifically are being kidnapped is for I don't know if I'm permitted to say it on radio, is for sexual sleep, right? So, and for any kidnapped person, the first 24 hours is literally the most important for them. And let's talk about other things. We teach our kids about basic amenities in school, and we don't have a single one that we can boast of in the country. Health, education, good road, security, water, not even a single one. Most people have resorted to fending for themselves in all these things, which is not supposed to be so, and we get taxed for it. Honestly, at every point in time, when we start to grow some kind of hope, something happens and shatters it all for everyone. What I have to say is, I do pray and hope that God helps us, because that's the only thing I can think of. We keep talking about it over and over and over and over again, and it keeps getting worse. So for God's sake, what do? We are scared to travel. We are scared to leave our kids. We are scared to do anything. We wake up at night checking on our doors multiple times. It's really not fair. Honestly, it's not fair.
All right. Thank you for your comments on that. I was just going to ask you again, maybe because of our time. I want to go back a little in history. I'm a Liberia, Sierra Leone, there's another country, and that face wars. Some of these wars. Now, if you look at the case of Liberia and Sierra Leone, we had rebels, right? We had people that were known who were funded. As a matter of fact, let me take a look at the former president, Charles Taylor. He and his right-hand man fell out, and then he was controlling a particular militia against Charles Taylor. My question then is, if you look around that particular story and across some other African countries like that, you see that some of these the leaders of some of these militia groups are known people.
Yeah, of course they are.
Since 2014, this is 2025. Have we been able to identify sponsors, people who are behind, or people who are just encouraging, some of these pockets
we know
attacks?
They know them.
Then why don't we go after them?
You see,
what do we do to them?
You see, that is where politics comes in.
All right, our time is fast spent.
Yeah, we can pick it up tomorrow, most definitely. Thank you so much for joining us on the analysis for today. And we'll be back to your ears tomorrow, God willing, from 8 o'clock to 8:30. The views expressed is not in any way the position of FlowFM 92.7 or the staff therein, but is expressed by our in-house analyst, Nicholas Uwerunonye. I'm Danielle Shitta-Bey.
I'm Adeyemi. Thank you for joining us.
From sunrise to midnight and beyond, one station keeps you locked in. No matter where you are, non-stop vibes, non-stop hits. This is Flow FM 92.7.
Good morning, Ilorin. You know what time it is. Wake up with us and get your day started right.
We've got the hottest headlines, trending topics, and the music you love back to back.
You already know we keep it fun, fresh, and real. Mid-mornings with us, you won't want to miss it.
We bring the energy, the laughs, and of course the tears that gets you through the day.
Afternoon on Flow FM is where the culture lives. Music, entertainment, and all the gist that you need.
And if it's trending, you already know we're talking about it.
Stay locked in, Ilorin. It's Flow FM, baby.
The night's young, the vibes are right, and we are flowing past midnight. You ready to chill? Let's go.
Listen anytime, anywhere. Stream us live, call us, send us a WhatsApp message. We're just a tap away. Flow FM 92.7. My music, my radio.